Hello fellow humans, my name is Edelbrack Smith and today we're going to be taking a quick look at Panzer Dragoon Remake. This is on Google Stadia. Let's go ahead and get started with a new game. I haven't played this before. I have played the original way back in the day, but I haven't played it for many years, so this is going to be a little interesting. Go ahead and skip the cutscene here for us. I will end up playing through this whole game again, so I'll end up watching these cutscenes alone, but you guys don't need to see that for now. I'll just give you a quick look at what the gameplay is going to be. Ooh, it looks a lot better than I remember, which is good. I mean, they did a whole graphical overhaul of the game. If you're not familiar with the game, it does play a little bit like Star Fox in a way. You have kind of an on-rails shooter, but you have the freedom to move left and right a little bit. Unlike Star Fox and other games of its ilk, you do have a couple of other additional options. Oh, he's shooting at me, I gotta shoot it. You can look to the left and the right using the L1 and R1 triggers. That does come in handy, especially when you're fighting some of the bigger bosses. There'll be moments where you're on the side of them, behind them, or they're behind you, so you can kind of look around. The setting is very interesting, very unique. It's unlike, ooh, got hit there. It's unlike anything I've ever played before, or since, really. It's this like post-apocalyptic fantasy world, kind of, I would say it's got some Persian inspirations. I'm not super familiar with Persian lore and everything. I mean, obviously I don't think it had these flying fish in Persian mythology, but it's a really cool take on the genre. And I'm glad they came out with a remake for it because I've been wanting to play it again for a long time and I just do not have a lot of the old consoles that I used to have. Never really kept them growing up. I'm not really a collector as much as I am just a guy who likes to play games. So this is a really nice experience. And it looks gorgeous. I mean, look at this. The clouds look pretty nice. I mean, it's not the best. You're not going to mistake it for a AAA like released, last week game. However, it's still looking great, and it runs really good so far on Google Stadia, which it should. I mean, there's no reason it should run poorly. The hardware is more than enough to handle it if, they program it correctly, and it seems like they did so far. I'll do a full review on this in the coming weeks or months, so we'll get a better idea of how it was ported over, if there's any issues with the port, but so far, looking pretty good. Pretty stable frame rate, graphics are looking nice, not noticing any... Oh, there's a little bit of a hiccup there. That might be loading in the next section, or who knows, could be my internet too. That's one of the problems with Google Stadia, is I'm never really sure if it's a problem with the port of the game, or maybe my internet's having a hiccup, unless it's a really bad port, right? Like if it's just terrible, then yeah. How do I avoid that? Go up higher maybe? We'll try that. Okay, yep, there we go. Just go up higher and avoid them. This game has some really cool set pieces. You end up going into caverns, you go over desert areas, you go over water like this, there's dragon fights. It's a truly epic and just an amazing game. It is limited. This is the extent of the game, really. Like, you are on rails, you are shooting things. So if that's not your cup of tea, if you're not a fan of that type of game, then you're not going to like this. This isn't, a specific mini game and then you move on to a different part of the game where you're, maybe on foot or anything like that. No, this is the entire thing, which honestly, I love. I loved it back in the day, and I think I'm going to love it again here. Ooh. Okay, got our first little boss battle. You'll get a taste of that, and then we'll probably call it a video. You can kind of see how the boss battles work and how the 3D camera works, where you're actually looking behind you. And, nowadays that's not really that cool a thing, but back in the day it was really cool. You got these, you can hold down, kind of target more than one thing. It's like homing lasers, homing missiles for other, games you played. And we're going to come up alongside it right here. So we'll have to turn really quickly. And there we go. Oh, see those guys on the walls there shooting at me? Oh, getting taken down. Okay, we're doing fine. I'm going to kill off some of these little guys. You can shoot them off the edge there. Ooh, if you're not getting hit by giant giant meteorite-looking things. A little bit ridiculous, but I love how these giant meteors are coming out of these tiny guns. Like, the guns themselves aren't necessarily tiny, but the hole of the barrel is not nearly big enough to release something that large. Okay, I think we're doing fine. We're doing okay. Oh, he's coming alongside us again. Let's go ahead and target a couple of things. Oh, he went under us. All right, back around. Where is he? Oh, there he is. So it moves around pretty quickly. Fly through it there. It's pretty cool. It's got some unique aspects there. Like, you wouldn't see that in a lot of other games at the time. Nowadays, you know, you probably see it more often, but why is there a torpedo? I feel like that's going to come up and shoot me. So I should take that out. Yeah, there we go. All right. I will say that I'm using a wired Stadia controller right now, and it's odd. The controls are kind of I'm not sure how to describe it. Like, I feel like every now and then I stop moving the joystick and the cursor just keeps moving, which isn't great, obviously. I think we're almost done here. There we go. I knew we'd get him. This is a really fun game, and I think it's going to be a blast. The remake did not add any real new features. There's no additional story modes. There's no, special boss rush or anything like that. It's just the game as it was with, nicer graphics. So here we see the end of the level, enemies defeated, enemies missed, shot down ratio, credits, next episode, restart, back to menu, so on and so forth. And that's pretty much what the game is. Great game. I think you'll really like it if you pick it up, and it is free if you are a pro subscriber, so I suggest you give it a shot right now. That's it for this episode. Stay tuned. We're going to have more quick looks at the pro games for June, and I'll talk to you guys soon.